Hi everyone, it's Jen on the go. Welcome back to this channel. I am so excited because in today's video, I have a really special guest that I have been wanting to come on this channel for a long time. I don't know if you know her, but by looking at her, you can tell this is Sarah, who is Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. She is another YouTuber who talks about the gig economy. If you're not subscribed to her, please do. There's no one like her in the gig economy. She speaks off the cuff and she keeps it real. And every morning she starts us off with her cuppa. And hi, Sarah, I have my cuppa right with you, although it's a cold cuppa, but it's still Starbucks. So Sarah, hi, welcome to this channel. I'm so honored to meet you. Tell everyone who you are.
So much fun. Thank you, Jen. I love being here with you. It's so much fun.
I think so.
We're just a couple of chicks and we're just going to talk it up.
Okay, we're going to talk it up. Sarah, first of all, how long have you worked in the gig economy and what are your platforms?
Okay, my platforms are only Instacart, Uber Eats, Uber with passengers, and DoorDash, which I have on pause. You can't do it. It's just impossible. The traffic is too crazy down here. And to deliver a Starbucks for $2.40, then that's tip included. No.
Yeah, that's enough. And okay, so you say you're only on that many, but that's quite a bit. And you said you're actually doing rideshare too. So you do Uber.
Well, I started doing ride shares when Instacart started doing, going downhill for me. And it's a great moneymaker. It really is. Once you get over that hump of like people in the car, I have to go back.
Are you ever intimidated to do
mask?
Oh man. Oh, you have to have a mask. That's crazy. Are you ever intimidated by rideshare?
Yes. Yeah, I did a video about it. It's either coming up or it was a couple of days ago. And it was a very angry man that was trying to make the ferry to Nantucket. And he obviously ordered a ride before he was ready. And so I waited. With Uber people, you wait 3 minutes and then the timer starts going. So for 3 more minutes, and then you can cancel. I think it's $7 you get for a person and move on your way. And so I waited. He said he'd be right there. And we have different definitions of be right there. So he was clearly one that is used to being kind of king of his own mountain and intimidating by roaring. He was a roarer. Look at me, now I'm going to miss the ferry. Now I'm going to miss a whole day's worth of pay. And you're probably going to cancel me and then charge me for it anyway. And so now I'm out of it. And I said to him, I think it's your responsibility to be on time.
You said that?
Yeah. I mean, that's the deal, right?
Good for you.
And so anyway, I leave. I get the cancellation fee of $7 and he immediately reorders me. So now he's got like 5 more minutes. I got him to the ferry with time to spare, but it was nasty. But the good thing about Uber and Uber support is that they will never match us up again. So I was rattled for a few days. And even though that was true, that they wouldn't match us up again, I still had to get over that. It's a little PTSD for me.
Oh my goodness.
But I had a ride today. I picked him up in Brewster, further down the Cape, took him to Plymouth, right over the bridge. It was $70.
That is
so crazy. It's like, I can do this.
That is amazing. That beats shopping for 100 grocery items. Not kidding you.
Doesn't it?
Oh my goodness.
With $8 tip. Yeah. So it's very lucrative. And with Instacart doing what it's doing, it's just, I have to suck it up fluffy, keep the car clean.
Yeah.
And just do it. And social. I have to work into it, know.
That's really
a lot of months without it.
These are the stories we hear about the roarers. I don't know how I would deal with a roarer. So you handled that well, but that's not okay. And why do some customers just do that? Even on Instacart, but that's what is keeping
I would say it was his age and maturity level, and that he probably dominates any significant other in his life.
That's disgusting. So we're keeping it real, just 2 chicks talking, right?
Yep.
About the gig world. So Sarah, again, it is an honor to have you here. So you were doing all of these apps and you started Instacart how many months ago?
I started Instacart probably over 2 years ago. I was doing overnights at the apartment guarding the cells. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, somebody else that works there did the side hustle of Uber with people. And he said, why are you wasting your time with the grocery thing? Do people. He said, this is how much I made, so far this week. I
Wow.
do it for lunch hour here. He
Right.
wasn't a cop, it was,
Right.
but administration. And
Right.
so I started doing it and I never really looked back. But I love shopping. So, there was that part. But then when the pandemic hit, it's no people. So, the whole turn of events over the last 18, 19 months are nothing normal about them and how I ended up doing it all. I prefer Instacart.
Really.
I prefer nice customers with
Right.
Instacart, of which we have no control.
We have no control. So it sounds like you adapt pretty well. And a lot of us that are stuck on the one app. I'm not on the one app anymore either, but we were married to Instacart because it was working. And all of a sudden it stopped working and we're like, uh-oh. So you do have to be, what is your advice for adapting? Because you do it so well. And
well, I was loyal, and I saw somebody else had a video a couple of days ago about being loyal. Or, we're loyal to this certain app. Are they loyal back to us?
Well, they are not.
And, it was, I did a video on comparing it to dating. And it's like, I was always date one person at a time, in it for the pound, not the penny. And so to think that I could play the field with apps, it just felt oogly. But now I'm able to do it.
What is
So
oogly? Oogly. That's
Oogly is like, well, I'm going to do Uber Eats now because Instacart's not there. But then in a heartbeat, I'll do people and, and then I'll go get a job with a paycheck doing in-store shopping. I added that to the, the revenue stream, then cashiering on top of that. So I guess I'm just a hustler. I guess I've always just hustled.
And you've been hustling for quite a while, right? I mean, you've always had this in your blood. And I think once it's in your blood, don't you think once you're used to doing these side gigs and they come at you in every direction, and you just can't do a 9 to 5. It's not who you are probably, right?
I couldn't do an office 9 to 5.
No.
When I was matroning, I had my own office, TV, bathroom, phone, lounger, everything. I was on my own, away from the cops and everything. I was just with the prisoners, but I had my own little cubby that was my office. But working in an office with all of that stuff, no, I haven't been able to do that for 5 years.
Okay. Right. So at least you have options.
Mhm.
You have options.
As a shopper, I'm free. Nobody's watching over me. So there's that. With a cashier, you've got front end managers, customer service managers. I noticed yesterday doing it that cashiers are trying to tell me what to do, like they're in my business. So it's kind of funny.
So wait, we need to back up. So you're still
Yeah.
Instacarting, but
Yeah.
Instacart, and you guys, if you're watching this, there has been a summer slowdown, but is it summer slowdown post-pandemic? Of course. And let's be frank here, Instacart hired way too many shoppers. We are all feeding for the same batches. And now we're going to throw the bots in there that are taking over as well. So it is almost impossible. So because of this, you had to now you're an in-store shopper at a different store, right?
Let me ask you a question about the bots.
Yeah.
Have you identified any in action in the stores like I felt I did last week?
You said that in a video today. Or was
Two
it?
non-English speaking people, both with phones, both on the same obvious order of like Instacart. And they were kind of doing this together, kind of setting up, you do this, like you do aisle 7, or you do produce or dairy, and I'll get the meat. And it felt like, if this is what bots feel like, that's what it felt like. Like they paid money.
I can tell you this, I've had a lot of shoppers send me pictures, photographs, especially in the California area at the Costco, in the Costco parking lot. They are working, men and women of all ages, whatever, working in rings. And you can obviously tell they have multiple devices, and they're almost strategizing and planning their day out together, and they're distributing using multiple devices. And some of these specific bot users have actually been confronted by other shoppers that have reached out to me and have admitted they are using a bot. I've even had viewers on this channel who, because of the competition now that we have said, please don't judge me, but I also purchased a bot and here's how it works. So they can look a lot of different ways. They can be in big rings, or it can be a regular person like you and me and anyone, just a normal shopper needing to buy a bot. So they're out there. That's for sure. I think they look a lot of different ways, to answer your question. I don't know if you saw a bot or not. I don't know. I don't know what that was, but it sounds like it could have been. It's crazy.
Whatever it wasn't like you and me scrolling, trying to find the batch.
Another thing, and that's another thing about the bots. The one thing I do hate about Instacart is it's all day long. Is it this all day long? It's just exhausting. So these bot users don't have to do this, which is not fair. So this caused you to now get another job, in-store shopper, right?
It was just a segue. I was there and it was a busy day. And I said, hey, do you need help? I mean, they're paying ridiculous money. You know, I can't tell you how many years I worked in office administration to get to what they pay per hour. $17 an hour.
What? And this is on the Cape?
And on Sunday, I get time and a half. I'm making $25 an hour to be an in-store shopper. No traffic, no heat, you know, no bad rating because, and they're much more lenient with substitutions.
So this isn't with Instacart. This is with the grocery store you work for. I understand.
They got rid of Instacart. Instacart was using that same real estate space in the grocery store.
Right.
Freezers and the fridges and the shelves. And they staged it all. And then people like us for Instacart could do delivery only. And and Instacart was paying somebody to be an in-store shopper. I think it was like 12 or 13 an hour. And then they wiped that out and came up with their own plan. This is at Shaw's, also known as Star, Albertsons, Safeway.
That's amazing. Congratulations. And that is really good money. And, you know, here we are fighting for these $10 batches with $0 tips. What are we doing? Right?
Yeah, 6 miles away.
Oh my goodness. I literally saw a batch come up because I'm in Illinois today. 200 items, $21, 0 tip. I couldn't believe it. And it only stayed on the screen for about 30 seconds. What is that? That is
somebody grabbed it.
Somebody grabbed it. It's demoralizing, 0 tip. And, you know, there's a whole nother tipping debate, which leads me to this. You know, I get a lot of flack from a lot of customers who say, how dare you promote shoppers demanding a tip up front? But that is a risk to not. What are your thoughts on this?
I think that tipping for food delivery or grocery delivery or food delivery, I think it's new. I think we're used to tipping our hairdressers, our garbage men at Christmas, our floral delivery people. I think we're used to the world of waitresses, bartenders, and this whole new thing has brought a new thing. But I think Instacart is so tricky and awful about it that these people think that this money is ours, that all these fees that they tack on come to us. If they knew that we were working for like $7 or $8 an hour, they'd go, are you kidding me? I mean, I try to enlighten people because I know customers watch my, show as well. But in the shopping program that I do, they don't charge you extra. So you just drive, put up your hatchback thing, and we load the groceries. There's no extra charge. They get all the sale prices, and there's no fees. So if they knew that, you can still go in your jammies and slippers to pick up your 15 bags somebody has shopped, and you're not paying a penny more.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're competing with Instacart, but Instacart is really trampling over the in-store shopping that each store has, because Stop and Shop has it too. So I think that Instacart customers think we make tons of money. And, you just know when I see that man, I call him Hostess Cupcake, Mr. Cupcake. He tips like $15. He's got 12 items. He's so sweet. A nice piece of meat, 2 packages of Hostess Cupcakes. Cat.
What's the cat's name?
That one's Freddie. And then you get there and he's got another 5, So the nice people are uber nice, which is really nice.
Right.
I mean, when I get a cash tip, it's usually they've tipped in the app as well.
Absolutely. we know how it works. So I was just wanting your opinion. So yeah, with that order I saw with 200 items, I'm like, I cannot believe that. And probably it was likely they weren't going to receive a tip post delivery. I'm not shopping 200 items and it was at Aldi. Oh my goodness, that gave me anxiety, but someone took it. That's unfortunate. What do you think is happening with Instacart right now? Your personal opinion, because I know on your channel you talk about the slow and the lack of support, and they're up there in their ivory tower not paying attention. If you
With the fog.
with the fog, if you could say anything to Instacart, because I do believe they listen to all of the YouTubers out there, what would you say to them?
I would just say, Instacart, come on, pay attention. You have professional 5-star shoppers. People like you and me and the ones that we see with their own YouTube channels, they give 5-star service no matter what. And so it's so funny to get dinged for something that I did and then get 5-star comment from another customer. I just don't think they care. I don't think they care. I think they just go by numbers, and they just give away the farm to anybody that wants it. So if somebody has a newbie that doesn't know the difference between lactose-free milk and whole milk, they don't care. They just reimburse, they don't care. They're so big, I think they forgot the goodness of delivering groceries to people that want the service. It's not concierge service, but it's still a premium service. And people like you and I give concierge treatment, right? That's the funny part, is that we're still giving 5-star, even though, you're not responding. And when you do, it's to ding us. I don't think Instacart is paying any attention to shoppers. They're just so busy kissing ass of the customers that are scamming, being fraudulent, that the fraudsters are just incredible. I mean, when I had that one with the $8 a pint ice cream saying all were damaged, how could they be damaged? They're sitting there all by themselves. It was the last thing I purchased. And so they got $60 worth of avocado ice cream for free. And you're thinking, is anybody paying attention at Instacart? No.
No, but unfortunately they can afford to absorb that loss and they don't care. But what's not fair is to penalize. Fine, let your customers have the refund, but take care of your shoppers. I just don't.
We are the ambassadors. I think that is the most important term of everything. We are the ambassadors. We dress for it. We prepare for it. We're not stopping at the dry cleaners and McDonald's for our, cafe latte on the way to delivering. I mean, we are professionals. I've always felt that way. You can clean a motel room and be professional.
Absolutely.
I'm sitting there thinking, when I used to clean motel rooms, I always hustled because I had 2 kids and lousy child support. And so I'm sitting there thinking, I'm being paid peanuts to do this. And the guy at the top of the food chain of these CEOs, what are they doing? They're on the golf course, sending their mistress another fur coat just to keep her quiet, because she's.
Guys, I told you, how awesome is Sarah? I told you, she's the best. Wait, what is your advice to, and I might have asked this earlier, but I've heard from so many Instacart shoppers who, unfortunately, all of their apples are in this basket because there's wait list on other apps. Well, and because of the slowness and the competition and the bots and the ratings, which, oh my gosh, we could talk about ratings for days. What would your advice be to these?
My advice would be to just try another app, even though you don't like it. I understand that, right? Because I've tried other apps, and just give it a chance. I'm in a 12-step program, and they say, give this meeting 6 times. If you don't like it, find another, right? So I say the same thing about apps. Give it more than a day. If you can't stand missing Instacart, do Uber Eats or DoorDash or Shipt or something like that for 2 hours. Just, a couple of batches each day and see if it grows on you. So you're more comfortable, because we are so at risk with all our eggs in one basket. And Instacart is not the basket to put your dozen organic jumbo Pete and Jerry eggs. It's just not.
Oh my gosh. That's
I
know.
And as much as I don't like to have people in my car, I only do it during the daytime, I do it during rush hour time, like when they're going to work in the morning. So they have a purpose too. I wouldn't do, Uber at 10 o'clock at night, in a barroom situation. None of that. I already did that as a bartender and as a waitress.
Wow.
So I say, put your toes in the water and give another app a chance, because you just don't know what's happening. And this IPO that they've been giving us whiffs of for Instacart,
Yeah.
that's a stock market type thing where they're just going to go, and you wonder how it's going to come out. You wonder what they're going to get. Is it going to meet their expectations? And what happens to us? I think you have all these people in this ivory tower with the fog, like I said, because it's so high up. I don't think they have a clue about being a shopper. I don't think that they understand any of it.
No.
Because we'd have English speaking people talk to us, not this virtual assistant. Have you seen the virtual assistant yet?
No.
Where you put in your problem, it's not even a script reader in some other country. It's a virtual assistant where they think they understand what you're saying, just like the script readers.
And Sarah, I don't know if you saw the latest article. I wanted to talk about this on this channel. I actually didn't have time to, but it's Instacart wants to replace shoppers with robots eventually. They, not the produce, but everything else. So again, go away, little shoppers. I had another viewer that told me that we're just so insignificant. So to add to what you're saying, again, we
Make
know.
sure you have your $50 coolers and thermal, bags, to protect everybody's meat and produce in the summer, and make sure their ice cream is frozen, and don't worry about your back lifting 6 cases of water.
Speaking of Instacart, what is your rating right now? Are you back at a 5? Because you were
4.96.
Okay. And did you see the latest survey that Instacart stated? They surveyed their shoppers and 75% believe the rating system is fair. What do you make of that?
I think I sent you an email about that. I said in the subject where it gives you, the subject didn't match the content. It's like, you're not working on getting us better batches. That's what the subject, right? And it's like, I told you that maybe it's my old brain, but it's like, that isn't about getting extra batches. That's about touting that 75% of people are happy with the ratings. And then you and Gary do it and you both come up with 95.5. 95 say no, 5 say they're happy with it. That's because they're in the first month. They're a newbie shopper and they haven't gotten dinged yet.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. You can't make a mistake in the first month. And you get all the plum batches.
That's true. So at a 4.98, are you struggling a little bit?
4.96.
But
yes.
96, sorry, you are struggling a little bit.
I have 2 4-star ratings. Yeah. I am struggling. I haven't done it for 5 days because I got sucked into Uber driving today.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen what I made, but oftentimes the amount of miles I drive is the amount of per dollar. So you know how when you do Instacart, you want to get $1 per item? Yeah, that ship sailed a long time ago. I'd be happy with 50 cents an item, but like 25 cents an item, and we tip them at the end. I think that's how that goes, right?
That's so, you crack me up. And I do have to say this, everybody, because on top of all of these multi-apps that you do, you started a YouTube channel. And how do you have time to do your YouTube channel? Because I don't know if you guys know, for those of you who watch Sarah, she is a consistent uploader. You will find her on YouTube every morning when you wake up. It's my favorite thing. I wake up to her cuppa. Are you drinking your cuppa?
Cuppa. Got my cuppa.
Yes, and she keeps it real and talks about all
in a bathrobe. In a bathrobe.
Always in a bathrobe. But how do you have time to do that as well?
Well, I wake up between 2 and 3 in the morning.
What? Every morning?
Yes. And my head gets busy. I have a busy brain. It's like I plan the menu where I have to shop. If I get a small Instacart batch, I've been known to pluck items that I need as well. And so I start getting busy, and then I come down here and I answer comments on my YouTube channel, which is Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. And my last name is Pearl, hence the Pearls of Wisdom.
It's amazing.
So I answer the comments and then other personal comments, and then, do things like bills. And And then I do a video before I bathe and get ready for the day. So it all kind of flows. And so I do Monday through Friday, anywhere from like 6 minutes to 9 minutes. And I just try to have a cup of coffee for people. Sometimes it's a rant. Sometimes I'm naughty. I
That's
even
okay.
said,
I love the authenticity of you, and you keep it real, and you really do work in the gig economy, and and you're willing to still keep it going and to try other things. I admire that, and we all do. Keeping it real is the only way to be, and I appreciate that. I really do. So
yeah. And
don't ever stop with your cuppa. And I want everyone to know too, this is not Sarah's first YouTube channel. She has another YouTube channel, which I actually just discovered. And when you're talking about keto, and she grew that to 5,000 subscribers, right?
yes, I did.
So this is
Yeah.
her second YouTube channel. So you got it going on.
Yeah. Well, I don't post on the keto.
Right.
I kind of
Still,
bring it over to
but
Instacart.
you still grew a channel. And those of you that don't do YouTube, it may look easy, but it's a huge time commitment. It is a lot of work.
It's the comments, because I make the vow to answer every single comment. And so what I'm starting to get these fraudulent kind of people on my channel that I think you might have to pay them a hefty fee to get activated again with Instacart.
Oh yeah, they spam everybody's channel. I'm going to show you how to block them. There's a way to block them, and you do that in your settings. But if you're listening, you guys never pay attention to the spammers. They are on channels trying to get money, so you can't do that. So yes, they hit everybody's channel. But how do you deal with the troll comments? Do you ever get troll comments?
Yes, I do.
What is your advice for that? Ignore them?
I just remove them. I remove them. I don't give them any fodder, because I think they want fodder. You know, they want you to respond, so then they can respond, and I just remove them. They're just a nuisance, really. They don't really say.
I tend to get a little, sometimes I get a little feisty back, but that's really good advice. Like, just don't engage. That's really good advice.
Right. Because they just want that. That's attention. They're seeking attention. And
Right.
so that's not who I want to give attention to, but I love the people. I deal with a lot of people, but the women that are older and doing gig work, whether they have a real job or not real job, like Instacart is real to us, but older women that are getting back in it, and they do it, and they know that I'm 70. So if they're 52, I guess they can do it too, So I deal with a lot of women that they're angst, because first of all, anybody that we live with would never understand this. And so we learned probably a long time ago, you can't rant to them. You can't vent to them.
That's that's just
say something is like, I feel sorry you had a bad day, but that's about as far as you can go.
No. And this is why we all turn to YouTube, because these gig tech apps, there's no one to talk to. So we have to talk to each other, and it feels good.
We create the community on YouTube.
That's right.
We all have our friends. And when we see another drop, like we know your Sunday and Thursday, oh, it's like, good. Oh, I've got one of those. And Gary, and then, other ones that aren't as frequent.
So many. Oh, by the way, Joe Gig, who I love, I'm giving Joe a shout out. Hi, Joe, because he adores.
Hi, Joe.
I
love him too. So we're both fighting over you, Joe. You're just his videos are so mellow making that I don't know if it's that music in the background or just his little laugh, but he's
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just so cool about the whole thing. He's just not
very talented.
I'm off the handle, and I'm planning dessert because I've earned it.
That is so funny. He's very calming, and he's good, and he's measured. And I told him he needs to do a video on editing. So Joe, if you're listening, you need to do that. Teach us all how to edit. So
yes, Joe, we need your help.
That's so funny. So Sarah, for time's sake, we're going to stop this soon, but what would be your advice, your wisdom, since you're Sarah Instacart Pearls of Wisdom? What would be your wisdom for all of us in the gig economy?
Don't give up. If you have a bad day, do what makes you feel better. Have a massage, go scream, hit a bucket of balls, or do what I do, which is have cake. It's just bad days are going to happen. They probably happened when you had one of those other type of jobs where, there was a country western song from about 40 or 50 years ago. And it's like, my boss is the boss's son. And that makes for a real long day. Right.
That's
Instacart isn't expect nothing. Expect nothing. They aren't going to hug you. They aren't going to say, you've done a good job. They're just, watch motivating videos. Watch people that you like, either that they're going through it and they have a good rant. Because when somebody else has a good rant, I love it.
Me
Right?
too. Keeping it
And
real.
it's
I
like,
know you're not
we're
alone.
all the same. Some days are better than others. And so don't give up. I think that's the worst thing you can do is, hate Instacart and leave, because I think there's some value in it for those of us that like to do the shopping. Some of us like the shopping, and I don't like, don't give up. Just don't give up. Give it one more day. Go to bed. It's a bad day. I'll eat cake. And then wake up in the morning and it's like, I'm ready to do this again. And, we have to do videos, right? You and I. So we want to keep it positive, but we want to keep it real, but we want to keep people motivated. So it's
hard.
It's a dance.
Yeah, it's very hard. That's very good. That's very good advice. And in case you guys don't know, now, Sarah, Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. I am linking her channel in the description box below. You can see her Monday through Friday with all of her kappa and her tales. And she doesn't just talk about Instacart. She talks about all of the gig apps. You definitely want to subscribe to Sarah, but it's been a pleasure chatting with you, Sarah.
Thank you. This has been so much fun.
Okay, I'm going to let you sign off
again.
Wait, we will anytime. Please sign off how you do on your channel and then we'll stop it there.
Okay. It's Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. It's as simple as that. And
but don't you always say, this has been Sarah.
Oh, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye for now. That's what you say. Bye-bye for now. Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.